So this is a part one video of this beam installation. You can see I've just laid out parts here, and the first thing we're going to do is put these bushes in. So these are the Powerflex purple variant, so they're not rock hard, but it should be an upgrade over standard. So you get in these, the two bushes and the two metal inserts, and so we're going to comes with some grease, but I think I end up using the copper grease because that's what I've heard is a recommended way of inserting these bushes so that they don't dry out and start creaking over time. So here we are with those bushes inserted into the bracket, and you can see how much copper grease I've blathered on there, so they're nice and free moving. And then the next step is to get that lifted up, and you'll see how I do that in a moment. So here it is lifted up in place with my good friend the scissor jack, and it's loosely fitted at the top there on both sides, ready for the next step. Right, so here's a layout of all the parts that we've got for this rear axle. We've got some relatively new discs, we've got brand new hubs, brand new spring seats, some of which I may not end up using because we've got new suspension. We've got the backing plates and the brake pipes, all brand new. A banjo bolt, the brake caliper carrier, which turns out to be a bit of an issue, some screws and bits, and then the back plate there and the nuts for the hub, all ready to go into place. So here's a quick time lapse for you. So my last hubs wouldn't separate when I tried to take them apart, so here I'm just trying to accommodate for that in future by applying copper grease to the surfaces before we mount them up. And there we go, just bolting that into position. And I soon get on to mounting the brake caliper brackets too, and I realise before I do that I need to put the disc in place. So there that goes. And then it doesn't take long to realise with the disc in place that there's something not quite right here, so we'll skip back to real time. Okay, so this is as far as I could get to today. I'll explain why in a minute, but we've got the brake pipe assembly fitted on the axle. We've got the handbrake cable in position ready. We've got the hub mounted with the carrier and the backing disc. Now the problem I've got at the moment is I'm not sure if these discs are the right ones. These are the only things that I bought that I didn't know the part number from, and that's because somebody claimed they had been fitted to a similar model and they were almost brand new, so I thought I'd snap up a deal, but I don't know if these are the right ones. And what happens is when I try to mount the caliper up, it hits the back of the disc, so either the hub is not extending far enough or something, or this offset here is too large. So I'm going to find that out and work it out and get back to you. Right then, it's multiple days since my last little video clip that you'll have just watched. It seems like I've managed to get hold of the wrong, well, a different for the Mark V backplate. It's not the end of the world because I can just get some Mark V caliper brackets that will sit here, and that will hopefully sort me out. But that little issue just set me back a little bit, and I've been doing some other little bits and bobs in the meantime. And in the meantime, we have had the suspension kit arrive. Now I'm going to talk more about that probably in the next episode. We'll show you what we've bought, show you what we're going to fit. But in the meantime, these I'm going to pop on, and that's going to help me hopefully square up this beam a bit better. Yeah, so with these in place, that should allow me to line up the beam square, well, more squarely. I don't want to put this in a place that's going to affect the dampers. So if we've got the dampers in and fitted, I know they're not under strain before I do any tightening up here. So that's the next job, and hopefully I'm going to square this up, and that will get the beam more or less in place, and obviously it'll get set up on a geometry, whatever they do, get it all lined up properly later on. But yeah, these dampers looking good. We'll get them screwed in on the other side as well, and then we'll have a go at tightening up the fronts.